Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. Some people call me Matt, those that do not know my name. Anyways, and this is my sister, Vetta.
Hi.
And on this episode, we are going to be reviewing the movie Father of the Year. And this is on Netflix. Hold on, I got to chapstick it up. Because isn't that what Marty does? Yeah, Marty.
Yes.
Anyways, okay. Before we get started on this, I just want you to know I just got the local weather report, and there's a storm brewing on this podcast. So... All right. Now that we got that over with, when you watched the trailer for this movie, what did you think about it? Or before you watched this movie, what did you think?
First of all, I'm going to make you back up because what is this called? This podcast?
It's BS Drunk Movie Reviews.
So what the fuck are you drinking?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what are you drinking, asshole?
I am drinking. It's I don't know I forget what it was called. It's like orange juice, cranberry, and lots of vodka.
Sounds like a good time. I think that's what it's called. All right. I am drinking. And by the way, you don't need to ask me what I'm drinking. I'm drinking wine. Duh.
I know.
But
if we ever do like a podcast trivia, everyone will get that one right.
Right.
What's Matthew's favorite drink?
That's so true. I'm sorry. I'm a creature of habit. Okay. Listen, I'll drink rubbing alcohol if it tastes delicious. Okay. All right. So now, what did you think about this movie before you watched this movie?
I was not looking forward to it.
No,
I did. And this is just judging by the little cover, that Netflix has.
Mm-hmm.
And all it had was the two dads. What are the names? Marty and Wayne. And I just I was like, oh, so it's like Joe Dirt moves to the burbs and meets a pharmacist.
Oh, gotcha. I thought it looked fun. I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, this looks like a good
I didn't
time.
watch the trailer. I was just judging it by the, cover of Netflix. And I just went, well, here we go.
You judged a book by its cover. Gotcha.
I sure did.
You did. Real quick, before we start talking about the movie more, before you saw anything, or maybe when you saw something, who were you rooting for to win the fight before you saw their whole fighting thing? Who were you rooting to win? Marty or Wayne?
Definitely Marty, because you knew Marty had nothing going on in his life.
Oh, I was rooting for Wayne because he made me laugh.
Wayne had the swimming pool in the back of the truck, or the hot tub in the back of the truck.
Yes.
He's living a
Oh,
good
I
life.
just want to say, I have it later on in my notes, but I just want to say it now. Like, Wayne's lifestyle is my worst nightmare. Like, ew. Right? Like, I couldn't handle, like, when he came out from underneath the trailer, I was all like, and he pulled that
bed
out. That mattress, it had dirt all. I was like, I don't think I could live in there. And then
I was expecting the inside to be much worse. When they walked inside, I went, well, it's not as bad as I thought. It's still horrible.
Oh, yeah. He had like lawn furniture in his dining room. And I was just like,
because it gives him flexibility, remember?
Yeah, it was no fun. I was not happy about that whole situation.
And they were what were they in? New Hampshire? So didn't you get the feel when it showed his trailer park, like you were in the backwoods of somewhere you shouldn't be?
I didn't get that.
New Hampshire.
I mean, maybe it's just like the gross. Yeah, you're right. Because when I think of New Hampshire, I don't think of gross trailer parks. Not dissing on anybody that lives in a trailer park. I just, his particular trailer was gross to me.
His particular trailer park looked like there was no maintenance staff.
Well, I thought two things. Not only did I think like this lifestyle is my worst nightmare, but I also thought like, hey, I feel a little bit better about myself, because, I thought I was poor.
Right.
And this movie made me thankful for what I have.
Well, you have a job. So
yeah,
right there, you're already doing better.
Oh, that's Wayne. A good point. That's a good point.
because he has a disability.
He has a disability. Okay. I also wrote down like this is a Happy Madison production. Cringe, like career killer. I was like, no wonder David Spade is doing all these Adam Sandler movies because it's probably he probably works for Target gift cards. Like at this point, it's just gross. All right, I wrote down a couple other things before we get to our likes and dislikes list, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I wrote down Marty's wife is such a cunt. Do not like her at all.
I think that's Adam Sandler's real life.
Okay. Well, which you know what's
Real
crazy
life?
now that you say that, I was like, because whenever I see interviews and stuff, everybody says his wife and his real life wife is so nice. She's like the sweetest person. But if that is his real wife, she plays a really good bitch. She really does.
It's called acting. She's good at her job.
I was like, good on you, honey. Good on you.
Yeah. And how much did you want to like kick the shit out of the stepson? What was his name?
Oh my
Ernie?
God. First off, if anybody peed in my, like, I worked at McDonald's way back in the day, and I worked with this guy. His name was Steve. Okay. And he peed in this other guy's Coke. And he's like, haha, I peed in your Coke. I'm so funny. I'm like, you know what, Steve, if you have to explain your joke, it's not funny. And then he got beat up. And then that other guy got arrested and fired. But I was like, you know, and Steve got arrested too, because I guess it's assault or whatever. I don't know exactly. You can't pee in people's, beverages, mostly because it's just gross. But apparently it's illegal. But I just remember that because I was like, I just kept thinking like, Steve, your joke sucks, dude. You're a bad joke teller.
I was just like, when everyone spit out their food, I'm like, y'all stayed though. I would have been getting up and leaving. You're breathing in pee air.
Air. I do want to say also that 20 minutes into this movie, and I was like, oh my God, this isn't over yet. When is it over? This movie was so much longer than I wanted it to be. Like I didn't hate this movie, but
done in 45 minutes.
I was just at one point I was just like, oh my God, I want to kill myself. So yeah. Oh yeah, and one more thing. The neighbor is so horny in this movie. She is like aggressively horny in this movie. Like I'm just like,
but don't they say that's what old people homes are like? Like,
I mean, I guess so, but I was just like, man, this woman is like so horny. Like she's so horny. And not,
my whole thing is people are willingly sleeping with her, even though they find the dead mailman in her area where she wants to build the pool.
Oh yeah, which is like, oh, I'm just like, whatever. I guess whatever. All right. Do you want to get to our like and dislikes list? And the gazelle flees. What's the first thing on your likes list?
Not much.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay, hold on. I gotta sort through and say how I'm gonna phrase this.
With words.
Right, with words. I liked when they were at the friend's house and the other friend's telling him that he's joined a biker gang, and he tries to, they're all hanging out. Cause I feel like that was like probably one of the few like legit things where, kids come home from college, they're hanging out at somebody's house, somebody does something stupid. And then the minute one's dad calls and like, I'm at his house, Wayne calls and is like, a storm's a brewing on whatever street it is. They all get up and go running because they want to see. I'm like, that was funny to me. And the one kid keeps knocking himself out cold.
That's funny. The first thing on my likes list was David Spade. I love David Spade. So I was just like, even though this is a Happy Madison production, I was all like, yeah, I like David Spade. He's such a good guy. What was the next thing on your likes list? Yes, move at a glacial pace. You know how that thrills me.
All right, Miranda.
Just saying, like, this is a podcast. Like,
I understand that. I don't have many likes. I don't know.
It's cool. Hey, listen, I'll just go on some of my likes. I'll go on some of my likes and you just chime in whenever you feel the need to. Okay,
I'll just let you know if that's something I like and I remember.
I loved it. What?
My likes are all scribbly. I'm trying to decipher them.
Right on. You got your glasses on. Don't You want one of these? You want a little punchy punch?
Oh, you want a little this and
You
a
want a
little
slappy
followed up with a
slap?
little
A little
this?
slappy slap? You stop that.
You want
Stop
a
that.
knuckle
Anyways, okay, so I'm gonna have to cut all this bullshit out. Anyways, so I love that his suit at the end was like 4 times too big. Like it made me
I
so
want to see a
happy.
picture of when the kid was younger. Did he weigh like 800 pounds?
Oh my goodness. I just love that he like and it's like it was like, it doesn't cost that much to get that like taken in. Like it's like you can go to some place and pay somebody $50, they'll do it.
Or he couldn't just borrow one from Marty since they're friends.
Oh
now.
yeah.
You went with the suit from the Big and Tall store. That
Yeah.
was.
It must have been on clearance. So I put on there that I also liked their fake fight in the barbershop. That was fun. When he's all like, all right, too much.
I love when people accidentally shave off their eyebrows.
Oh, right on. Yeah, no, I just loved that he was like, he was fighting him and he's like, all right, too much. And then he was all like, yeah. And he's like, oh, hey, Dwayne or whatever the fuck his kid's name was. I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Larry, wasn't it?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, you and the names, people's names. Oh, I bet you're good at a party. And then I also, the last thing I wrote, I love the line that Marty says when he says, my wife says I have a very approachable penis. I was all like, that's so funny. Which I have another thing about penises later. But I was like, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
He has an approachable penis. Did you have anything that you want to talk about that you liked?
No.
No? Okay, cool. Let's go to our dislikes list. What was your first thing on your dislike list?
I really disliked why do movies always do this? Like he goes to the bar and he meets the girl that he had a crush on in high school or whatever. And now that's his love interest. Is that even a real thing? Like, do people like do that? Go back to their hometowns and see the person they had a crush on and then like actually want to like start dating them or pick the crush up right where it left off?
That is a question that I do not have an answer for, which is surprising because I know everything, but
that's true. You are a book of knowledge.
I am, but I can't answer that one because I don't live in a movie.
I don't either. And that's why I'm asking, is that like a real thing? Because they seem to do that a lot in a movie, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll have to ask somebody. I don't like Wayne's parenting style. I don't like it. It's not very good as a parent, and you are also a parent, but as a father, the whole time I'm just like this. I feel like this is bad parenting. Like this is, if he wasn't an adult, this is neglect at the highest order. And if he was
for sure.
If he was doing this as adult, what was the childhood like? I don't agree with his parenting method. Like, I don't even know what parenting like you got the armchair parenting and then you got the helicopter parents. I think he was just
he's a free range parent.
Yeah, very free range. I'll tell you that. Very free range. I'm surprised that kid turned out like somewhat decent, but so free range. What else was on your dislike list?
Well, if he didn't turn out decent, it would have been a completely different movie.
That's true. That might have been a better movie than this.
Could have been.
So, what else did you have on your dislike list?
I liked the nipple cream part.
That was so funny.
And I want to know what was the nipple cream for, because they were testing it on men. And I know like runners will put stuff when marathon runners to keep like from chafing on the shirt. But I was like, what's the nipple cream for, Marty? You're just paying people to rub cream on their nipples and you're not going to give us anything more?
Right.
One of the side effects is you temporarily grow boobs.
Yeah, that's so funny. I remember that now. I didn't write anything about that in my notes. I wish I had, but yeah, that was a funny scene. And I like how his burn
his burned and everybody else was looking at him like he was crazy.
like so I did write down that Marty is like such a pussy, like such a pussy. Like I'm all like, listen, I'm not a fighter, but I'll tell you right now, if somebody came to my house and was all like, we need to fight and everything, and I'd be like, all
And
right, I
he
guess it's
ran through his own house.
yeah. I was like, all right, I guess it's go time, asshole. Let's do this. So yeah,
But this
no.
is also the same guy who didn't stand up against the small child.
Good point. I think that was because he wanted to get laid. I get that portion of the program because sometimes I'll just like do things I really don't want to get laid. But
giving up your dignity to somebody
that's a good
else's
point.
child, it would be different if it was his son and he was like looking at his wife going, I can let this slide next time she's not around. I'll make him sit in a chair and do, homework
Right
or
on.
something.
Oh yeah. Plus, I take it back because when you're like all manly, you stand up to your little fuckers. It can be very like hot. Like you're all like, "Hey, I'm the man.
I'm man. Hear me roar."
I hear me. Yeah, I got the power." I did write down that Marty punches like a pussy too, total pussy. He punched like with the side of his hand, like a girl. No offense, but he was like doing one of these, and I'm all like, "What are you doing?"
Like the girl cat fight, but he closed his fist.
Yeah, exactly. Like when girls fight, they just grab hair and then they punch like with their fist downward. I'm all like, "What is he doing right now?"
I think girls do the more of the swing, like it's like they're doing the spring
in the upward motion, but they don't hit with their knuckles. No offense to you ladies out there, but they don't. They just and they grab a lot of hair. It's like all about the hair. I'm like, okay, well, that's fun.
I haven't been in a fight since middle school, and I never grabbed hair, but I mean,
right on. I feel you, dog. All right, that's all on my dislike list. What's on your dislike list?
I'll back up a little bit. I hated the Postmates thing.
The Postmates thing, that the delivery drivers,
like the 9 different drivers. That was just dumb. They will not deliver just a pack of gum or a bag of chips. They won't do that. It's not worth their time. It was very unrealistic.
Right on. I've never done that before, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. So I didn't like that. I didn't like that he's like, I'm going to give you my phone and I'll call myself. I was like, you have no game. You're never getting laid in your life.
Right on. Right on. Well, I mean, and then I did write down, okay, so I wrote down, so the skinny dipping scene where she's like, she says it looks like an acorn. His penis looks like an acorn. I totally could relate to this scene because I was all like, I feel like my pubic hairs are longer than my penis. So it just looks like an egg in a bird's nest. Yeah. Yeah, it just looks like an egg in a bird's nest. It's so bad. So
if you trim it up, it'll make it look bigger.
Yeah, that doesn't work. Yeah, it's not like it's gonna give it like maybe a millimeter more. It's not like it's giving it like 3 inches. And I'm already 3 inches fully erect. I know, very impressive.
You're giving me way too much information.
I'm just saying. I was all like, it's that the shaving thing doesn't add, a foot onto it, which is what I need. Anything else you wanted to say? Like our dislikes list or anything?
Yeah, I was really creeped out by the old lady next door.
Oh, for sure. I wrote down the neighbor is totally a predator. She's a predator.
Oh, she creeped me out on so many levels because first of all, she blackmails him into a pool. Yeah. Then he finds a dead body and she's creepishly in the window and it's a mailman doing the shh.
Which I just want to say real quick. One, you can't just dig a hole and then it's a pool. That's not how pools get made. No, that's not how it works. That's like, remember that movie Encino Man where that kid's just digging a hole in his backyard because he wants a pool? And I'm all like,
because he wants a pool.
You can't just dig a hole in your backyard and then try to fill it with but
apparently you can, because by the end of the movie he had a pool.
Yeah, it wasn't a real pool. Okay, it was, that water was gone by morning. I'm telling you that right now. And then
at the after prom party at his house,
I'm just saying, and
there
then this
was a pool.
I remember the movie well. I'm just saying this movie, it was so ridiculous that he was spending so much on supplies and shit. And I'm all like, dude, just, just have
back to the Postmates scene. He was already trying to get his friend to take the food back because he couldn't afford it.
Yeah, the Chinese food. Yeah.
But he couldn't afford a pool for this lady.
Yeah. And then, And then I love how and then my second thing is the mailman. What's that story about? I'd rather watch that movie than this movie because I'm all like, what happened there? Did he die?
Looking for him.
Yeah. And then how did he die? Was he banging her and he just had a heart attack?
Did she kill him?
Yeah, did she kill him? Yeah,
did
what
he
happened?
see something he wasn't supposed to? I mean,
Yeah.
and no one's looking for this mailman when he didn't return to the post office.
Exactly. I have tons of questions about this whole movie that they did not answer.
And I feel like finding a mailman would be easy because you could just figure out which mail he delivered that day and which mail he didn't.
That's an excellent point too. In this movie, out of Wayne and Marty, which one would you fight?
I think I could win at either one of them.
Oh yeah, right on. I totally agree. I could win. They're both. Well, Wayne seems like he'd be more willing to fight, but Marty.
But I feel like he would do the showy fight where he's like he turns into Jim Carrey from that Yes Man movie where he's like, "Come on, let's give him a good show." You know,
right on.
I don't feel like he would actually do anything. And Marty, I feel like all you'd have to do is like go boom, and he'd fall to the ground.
Well, hey, he's a gazelle. He's a gazelle. He's not a lioness like us. We're lionesses. Okay. Would you recommend this movie?
If you're drunk enough, sure.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like if you've been drinking and you're just, looking for a fun time, then just fight. I mean, just watch this fight movie.
We do not condone drunk fighting. Be a lover, not a fighter.
So, all right. Is there anything else that you wanted to say about this movie?
I still am drawn to that. I'd like to know what the nipple cream is for, what it does, and why you're making nipple cream. I don't know. But other than that, no, I don't have anything else to say about this movie. There really wasn't much substance to it. Oh, I did kind of like Wayne in the VR glasses. That was quite funny. Like, why was he going in with the interview for his grown-ass son?
Oh, right. Like, why did he feel like he had to go in there?
Right.
That's an excellent question.
And then why did he freak out on the VR? I mean, I get it. He lives in a trailer in the middle of nowhere that probably has no internet and barely has. He's probably still using the tinfoil bunny ears for his TV. But why was he freaking out? And he got really far away from the systems. Like, wouldn't it have just turned off? Didn't he go too far? You're not allowed to go that far away with VR systems.
That's an excellent question. It was very slapsticky, and I just was like, I didn't laugh at all.
Funny. No.
Yeah, it wasn't funny. But I mean, like, I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't funny. It wasn't fun. It wasn't
a lot of property, dude. That's gonna get your kid definitely not to get a job.
Yeah. Plus, I just go like, at what point in time do you realize that you're no longer VRing anymore? You're just like attacking people.
You've punched an actual person and not the stupid bird in the VR.
Yeah, which I go this whole time you tried to sit down and there was no chair there, but now all of a sudden you punch someone in the face and you're like, oh, I felt that. So this is real.
Or he climbs up on the desk. Like, okay, VR, you're not actually supposed to feel climbing up the side of the mountain, hashtag the desk or whatever. I'm like, I don't understand. Well, I mean, I get he's stupid, but.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right. So
because he has a disability.
All right. So if you are done with all the stuff you wanted to say, why don't we move on to our little fun segments where we ask each other a fun little question. What is your question, Honeybee?
So my question is, what is your favorite movie with like family competition?
This
is moms, the dads, the whole family.
Well, I don't know. I just wrote down Little Italy when they have that pizza contest. And I know the whole family's not involved, but it's like the whole family is involved and everything. Well, the whole
family's been involved in that competition for years.
So, and you know how much I loved that movie. So I wrote down Little Italy because I was like, yeah. So I was like, what, how can it hurt? What is it gonna do? Make me wet? So what about you? What's your favorite movie?
I picked Cheaper by the Dozen 2.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. I think that one's hysterical because, I mean, let's be honest, they're two families with way too many fucking kids. So, I mean, and then just watching that whole movie cracks me up. So
I feel you. All right. So my question for you is, who is your favorite movie father/dad?
I'm going animated here.
Ooh, look at you.
I'm going with Marlin from Finding Nemo.
Oh, I love Marlin.
Albert Brooks. I love Marlin in that movie. So,
which is so weird that you're saying that because that's the name of our brother.
It is the name of our brother. And he's a really good father too.
Yeah, he's a good dad too. Yep. I wrote down Clark Griswold because he's
love Clark Griswold.
He's just like, he's not like the best dad in the world, but at the same time, I think he's an all right dad. Like he's decent.
He's like in his mind, he's like the all-American, everybody wants to be family dad, but it just never works out the way it is in his brain.
Right. Yeah. Like he's doing his best, you know. Yeah. It's just sometimes I just want to be like, this is your best. So
you're going,
yeah,
like kind of like Clark.
Yeah, like he's just trying to do the best he can, like take his kids to Wally World, or put up Christmas lights or Europe. Yeah,
and he never seems to notice that his kids are different every time.
Every time, yeah.
But if you look closely, here's a fun thing. The next time you watch one of the newer movies, so not the original, look at the family pictures in the house. Like in Vegas Vacation, when he's walking through the house, look at the family pictures. When Christmas Story, look at the family pictures. The family pictures are the original kids from the original Wally World.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But okay, good. All right. Is there anything else you want to say about this movie or movie dads in general? No. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for listening, you guys. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated and everything. We'll also be posting the video version of this episode onto our YouTube channel, so make sure to subscribe to us there, and that you can find us at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.